Howdy, boys, cats, and squirrels. SoCloseToToast, welcome to the YouTube channel. Welcome back, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hopefully having a wonderful day. Today I want to do something a little bit different. I want to show you my progress on the lip roll. I know I've been doing it here and there in some of the reaction videos, but I figured for anybody that wants to learn how to do the lip roll, why not throw it back to a tutorial and break it down for how I kind of got there in my journey to the lip roll. So I guess I should begin with the origins of it all, and a lot of people asking me, do you know how to do it? Do you know how to do it? Lip rolling. I feel like 2018, 17 was really getting popular. A lot of beatboxers like Trung Bao, Napom, dlow were revealing like new different types of lip rolls, and I just remember feeling out of place not knowing how to do it. I would watch these beatboxers all the time, but I could never really figure it out. So a lot of viewers actually DM'd me on Instagram and different places and showed me their lip rolls and how they did it and broke it down, and I feel like that really got the wheels turning. One beatboxer in particular, I checked out his video, and normally I don't check out tutorials, but for a lip roll I feel like I just couldn't learn the sound on my own. I couldn't get the right technique. I also felt like my lips just couldn't make the sound. Like I was 6 months, 7 months into just trying to do it without looking up a tutorial, and I could not get there. I couldn't figure out the sound. It didn't have that bass hit. It didn't have any dynamic range or depth, and it sounded like I was a dying frog. But like I tell in all my tutorials to everyone, is practice gets you close to perfection. You might not sound like the beatboxer that you want to sound like, but practicing the techniques that other beatboxers have taught me and what I'm going to show you will hopefully get you in the right direction, if not land the lip roll 100%. So the first tutorial that I looked up was Tyla W's. I feel like when a lot of people are looking up lip roll tutorials, his pops up as like #1, and it did for me. And I looked at his and I could not get it right for the life of me. Then I looked up dlow doing it 10 years ago, and I was like, wait, he's known how to do this for this long? And I think I heard somewhere that one of the first beatbox sounds that dlow ever did was a lip roll. It just kind of backs up and solidifies even more that he is just a natural born talent for beatboxing. And then I looked up a napom tutorial somewhere, as well as Trung Bao having a toolbox of lip rolls, and I kind of got lost in the sauce watching his, because Trung Bao has like over 20, maybe over 30 at this point, of different types of lip rolls, ones that he can do with his tongue. It's insane. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I've reacted to it. But the one pattern that I noticed with all these lip rolls was getting the right side of your mouth, picking it, if it was the left, the right, or the middle. Some people can do middle lip rolls. I don't know how they do that. My lips are just not made for that type of technique, so I chose my left side that just felt natural. And inevitably, when people get good enough, they can do it on both sides, no problem. But for me, I'm about like over a year into practicing the lip roll almost every day, and it took me about a year to really nail the sound and feel like I could do it consistently enough and fit it into a beat. Because there's one thing about learning a beatbox sound, and then there's just a whole nother tier of difficulty when it comes to implementing the sounds within a beat and making it flow properly. So we've gotten this far. I haven't even done a lip roll for you guys. I might as well reveal my lip roll. If you haven't heard it before, here's what I'm working with right now. It's not perfect, but it's something that I feel confident in can get the point across. So that's just one lip roll hit. There's other ones I've sort of figured out, ones that I've heard from Napom and Pac-Max, I think. And I have no idea really what it's called in the lip roll category, but it sounds something like this. And so just based on learning the one lip roll, figure out how to kind of tone it and pitch it a little bit sometimes, or sweep it up or sweep it down, and also where you place your tongue can play a part, so you can diversify how many lip rolls you have in your sound library. So just kind of bouncing my tongue up while also doing the lip roll can give it a little bit of a bounce and a vibrato or a tremolo. It can give it just a different type of texture. So once you've chosen what side you want to do the lip roll on, this is where you just have to put in the reps. And it's going to sound really, really bad in the beginning. And some people will be able to pick it up day one, and some people it will take half a year or a year. It's just all about being consistent. And I feel like this is just an important part and detail in learning any skill ever. Beatboxing for sure. For me, like it took me a while to get down certain sounds, like have that snare sound that way. That took years. And you hear this with a lot of beatboxers, especially ones that blow up on the scene with a unique sound. And then just through the years, it matures and it just kind of grows into more different types of sounds within the one sound. And lip rolls are the same way. So my biggest advice in this whole video is definitely just continually doing it, making it comfortable for your mouth to make that motion. Because for me especially, I have an issue with my jaw where my jaw is pushed out. Where's jaw? It's pushed out a little bit more than my upper jaw. So it hurt a little bit in the beginning to do that. And it sometimes hurts if I don't kind of stretch my jaw out a little bit and move it around to make sure that it's limber and agile to create the lip roll. It sounds ridiculous to be thinking about these things, but it will go a long way in just making the technique work and the sound that you want to make come out of your mouth. So just keep on thinking, I need to move my lips to the side like this. And you want to pull in air. That's all I'm doing is just, I'm not inhaling, pulling a little bit of air in the side and letting my lips kind of do the rest of the work. And that might be the most uncomfortable thing for a lot of people in the beginning. For me, for sure, it was. Because I was also looking at all these beatboxers and it seemed like they had a bigger radius for their lips. So I was like, can I even make this sound? My lips are a little bit smaller. But I definitely believe at this point that anybody can pull off this sound. So you've picked your side and you just need to pull in the air just a little bit. If you want a longer lip roll and you want to draw it out a little bit more, you're pulling in air for a longer period of time. And once you start getting, because you might not be able to get that much of a hit or like a bass riff, it might just, and in the beginning, you might not be able to get your lips to do that. So another thing that I learned was just to start like, get comfortable with having your lips push air in and out, even if it's a little bit tighter like that. And the attack on the lip roll is very short. Because my lip roll started off like that. It was just like, I was like, what's going on here? And it wasn't until I got comfortable doing that motion and moving my jaw in that way that I was able to sustain the lip roll a little bit longer. And then you pick up on how much air control you want. If you pull in too much air, it won't give that kind of bass texture like an 808 that you hear a lot of beatboxers on stage deliver, and everybody's like, whoa, because the bass is insane when you get that lip roll to hit in the right spot with the right air control. But just remember, keep on working whatever side you're comfortable with. Start off short and then bring in the air control. And once you get comfortable with that, then I feel like you can really start figuring out how to implement it into a beat. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is my kind of quick tutorial on the lip roll. And if you need any help, feel free to converse in the comments. I feel like the beatbox community can be very helpful when they know something and they want to teach it to somebody else and show them like this cool skill that they have. Because that's how I felt with a lot of you guys reaching out to me and the beatboxers that made the tutorials so far. And hopefully this helps just a little bit get you closer to perfecting the lip roll. All right, yo. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out. Shake 'em and bake 'em.